Okay, Mithun.
Sir, share screen allow பண்ணுங்க sir.
One second. Okay, ba.
தெரியுதா sir?
இல்லையே ஸ்கிரீன் தெரியலையே.
இப்போ sir.
Okay பா. Okay. அது full screen வைக்க முடியுமா?
A patient named Annamalai of age 50 years residing in Padalam, who is a farmer, came with chief complaints of ulcer over the left side of the tongue for the past 6 months and pain over the ulcer for the past 3 months. History of presenting illness: patient was apparently normal 6 months back and developed ulcer over the left lateral margin of the tongue. Started as a small ulcer opposite to the second molar tooth, progressed to attain the present stage. Onset is gradual, duration 6 months, associated with pain, no discharge. Pain for 6 months, which is intermittent in nature, pricking type of pain, aggravated on taking foods, no radiation of pain. No history of excessive salivation, no history of deviation of tongue, no history of difficulty in protrusion of tongue, no history of difficulty in chewing or swallowing, no history of difficulty in speech, no history of bad breath, no history of earache, no history of sore throat, dysphagia or change on voice, no history of any breathing difficulty, fever or chills, no history of any swelling in the neck, no history of loss of weight and appetite. Past history: no history of similar complaints in the past, no history of diabetes, hypertension, tuberculosis, asthma, epilepsy, no history of past tooth extraction, failure of socket to heal. Personal history: patient is on mixed diet, normal sleep and appetite, consumes alcohol for 15 years, tobacco chewing for 15 years, no history of smoking. Family history: no significant family history. General examination: moderately built and malnourished.
Mithun, one
Sir,
second pa. Go back to the first slide pa. First slide.
nice sir.
Okay, what is the chief complaint?
It's an ulcer over the left side of the tongue, sir, for past 6 months, and pain over the ulcer for the past 3 months, sir.
Okay. Next slide pa. Presenting illness, history of presenting illness. We developed ulcer over the left lateral margin of the tongue.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Started as a small ulcer.
Yes,
and
sir.
attained the
Opposite to
present
the.
size. Okay. Duration 6 months. Associated pain. Okay. Next slide, pa. Next slide. Okay. So why you asked history of excessive salivation?
Sir, to know the involvement of glands, sir, submandibular gland, sublingual.
No. Say they should ask now, particularly when carcinoma, you are suspecting carcinoma tongue or any ulcerous problem in the tongue. There will be excessive salivation will be there. What are the causes for excessive salivation?
So the nerve roots around the tongue are affected. Because of that, he has excessive salivation.
No, nothing related with the nerve root and all. Say because whenever there is an ulcer in the within the oral cavity, there will be, because that causes on some irritative effect. Because of the irritative effect, you will get an excessive saliva secretion. Number one, saliva secretion will be in excess nature, and number two, because of, suppose if the tongue carcinoma, that sometimes there will be infiltration. Because of that, you can't have the proper movement of the tongue. if the tongue, you can't able to move the tongue properly, then the patient can't able to swallow the saliva. So that is again causing the excessive salivation. Okay. So any lesion within the oral cavity, there is chances to get the excessive salivation. The reason is, one is because of the irritative effect, there will be saliva will be secreted excess in nature. Number one. Number two, because of the immobility of the tongue, then there is more chances to get the saliva will be stagnant in that oral cavity itself. Okay. So these are the two reasons. Okay, you asked
Okay.
there is no history of deviation of tongue.
Yes, sir.
Why?
Sir, to rule out the muscle involvement, sir.
Muscle involvement. Okay, what muscle involvement you are checking?
So genioglasses,
Genioglasses,
styloglasses,
glasses. All these muscles are they are called as,
extrinsic muscle.
very good, extrinsic muscles of the tongue. Okay, these muscles. What are the extrinsic muscles?
Genioglasses, hypoglasses, styloglasses, palatoglasses.
Okay, very good. So these all the four muscles are extrinsic muscles of the tongue that causes for the movement of the tongue. Okay, so in you can put is there any restriction of movement of the tongue? Instead of deviation of tongue, you can put it as any restriction of the movement of the tongue. So that word you can put it
Okay,
here.
sir.
Okay,
Okay,
so
sir.
that is the next one you have put. Okay, no history of difficulty in motion of tongue. Okay, then history of difficulty in speech. Why?
Sir, posterior one-third involvement, sir.
Yeah, again the tongue is mainly involving in the speech, no? So articulation is very important. So that's why. That another question you asked, that history of difficulty in chewing or swallowing.
Yes.
Why? What is the relation?
The floor of the mouth involve air conditioning.
Okay. Okay. So that one more question. Bad breath. That is because of, what is that called? Bad breath.
Halitosis.
Halitosis.
Halitosis. Very good. So what is the cause for halitosis?
Bacterial proliferation.
Sir,
Hmm?
release of ammonia by the tumor cells.
Very good. Very good. So release of the ammonia by the tumor cells that causes the bad breath. That is called halitosis. Okay. So why you asked for history of earache?
Sir, gland involved.
No,
Submandibular.
no. That is not relation. Anybody?
No, sir.
Lingual nerve
Referred pain.
referred pain to the auriculotemporal nerve
Yes,
from
very
lingual
good,
nerve.
very good, very good. So lingual nerve involvement, because of the growth, it will infiltrate and it causes the lingual nerve involvement. Ultimately, it will refer to the auriculotemporal nerve, so you will get a earache. It is a referred pain. Okay,
Okay.
okay, very good. And any more? Next one, like. Okay, so before that, we asked about is there any history of trismus?
No, sir. No history of
No.
trismus.
Have you mentioned?
No, sir.
Yeah, you are not mentioned. Okay, okay. So, what is trismus?
Unable to open the mouth, sir.
Enable to open
Oh,
the mouth.
mouth.
Okay, okay.
Due to
So,
the
what is
involvement
the?
of the
Do you know
the
the
lack of
grading of trismus?
no, sir.
Anybody?
North,
Mayuri?
3.5 centimeters, sir.
Hmm.
And when mild trismus is 2.5 to 3.5, moderate is less than 2.5, and severe is not able to open the mouth.
Okay, so I will tell you the grade. You partly correct. So anything the patient normally you can open to that more than 3.5 centimeter. That is called a normal mouth opening. So how will you measure the trismus is, you have to measure the distance between the upper incisor and lower incisor. Upper incisor and lower incisor, you have to ask the patient to open the mouth. You measure the distance between upper incisor and lower incisor. If it is more than 35 millimeter, then it is a normal mouth opening. Okay. Suppose if it comes around 25 to 35 millimeter, then it is called as mild trismus. If it comes around 25 to 15 millimeter, then it is called as moderate trismus or grade 2 trismus. If it comes less than 15, that is the 0 to 15 millimeter, then it is called as severe trismus. Okay, Will's carcinoma tongue, you will get trismus.
Yes, sir. Sometimes.
Okay, how far?
The
How
muscle
you
is
are
lateral
getting?
pterygoid. Lateral pterygoid muscle is involved.
Okay, so the involvement of the muscles that is very close to the temporomandibular joint. Only in that cases you will get. But commonly you will get in case of carcinoma of the buccal mucosa, you will get trismus, particularly involving the very close to the infiltration of the temporomandibular joint, you will get the trismus. So trismus also you should include, even in carcinoma tongue also you can include. Okay, so why you asked any swelling in the neck? History of any swelling in.
Lymph node swelling.
Okay, the lymph node. Okay, what lymph node you are expecting in this case?
So submental,
Okay,
bilateral neck node, sir.
okay. What are the lymph nodes you will expect? Or else, in other words,
Submandibular.
what is the lymphatic drainage of tongue?
Sir, for the tip of the tongue, it is submental, sir.
Hmm.
And for the margins, lateral margins, it is submandibular, sir.
Okay, very good.
And
Not submandibular alone, submandibular and along with the.
the upper deep cervical, sir.
Okay, very good. Upper deep cervical. Okay, jugulodigastric. You can call it as
And
jugulodigastric. Okay, the three levels
posterior,
commonly, yeah, three levels commonly you will get that is level 1, level 2, level 3. Level 1 is submandibular,
submental,
submental and
and
submandibular.
submandibular.
Level 2 is upper jugular, level 3 is
Yes,
middle jugular. So
middle
level
jugular.
1, 2, 3 will be involved bilaterally in case of carcinoma of the tongue. Okay, so that's why you should examine the lymph node, particularly in this levels you have to examine. Okay. So
Okay.
totally, how
Okay.
many lymph nodes are there? How many levels are there? Neck lymph
7.
nodes. 7. Okay. What are they?
So level 1 submental submandibular, level 2 upper jugular,
Very
level
good.
3 middle jugular, sir. Level
Very good.
4 lower jugular,
Very
level
good.
5 in the posterior triangle, sir. Level
Very good.
6 pretracheal and paratracheal, level 7 upper mediastinal.
Okay. And the level 6, you should include pre-laryngeal and paralaryngeal also. Okay. Not only trachea.
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
what is that? That is level 6 is always called as central compartment or anterior compartment. Okay. So totally, you got this level 7 lymph nodes are there. In the neck lymph nodes. So you have to examine properly. You should know that in this case, you have to examine level 1, 2, 3 on both the sides. Why you have to examine both the sides? Why bilaterally you have to examine? The lymphatics of the tongue, it will go in crisscross manner. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
both the sides it will go. So crisscross manner it will go. So because of that only you will expect a lymph node enlargement on both the sides. Okay, for next one.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, next. Okay, what is the importance of this tobacco chewing in a case of oral cavity ulcer?
So it contains some toxins which lead to the destruction of tissues, sir.
Hmm. So what is the commonest cancer in oral cavity in India? Commonest. That
Cheek,
is
sir. Carcinoma cheek.
cheek, particularly it should be in the gingivobuccal sulcus, GBS. Okay, gingivobuccal sulcus. The reason is the people having the habit of keeping the tobacco, that is tobacco inside the gingivobuccal cells. Okay, so that is the reason. So it produces chronic irritative effect, and over a period the patient will develop malignancy.
Okay.
Okay, so next slide. Okay, good with local examination. Okay, you can present for local examination.
Inspection, lips are normal, tongue ultra-proliferative growth of size 3 cross 2 centimeter in the middle part of left lateral margin of tongue. The shape is oval, surface irregular, margin well defined, edge everted, extent 1 centimeter from the tip of the tongue and 1 centimeter from the midline, floor reddish with the necrotic tissue. Mobility of the tongue not restricted, palate and gums normal, buccal mucosa normal, floor of the mouth normal, retromolar trigone not involved, palpation, tenderness present, ulcer does not bleed on touch, inspectory findings are confirmed, the base is indurated, mandible no thickening or irregularity. Examination of lymph nodes, regional lymph nodes not palpable, other system examination are normal.
Okay, ma'am.
Diagnosis, a case of carcinoma of tongue involving the left lateral side of tongue at stage 2, T2 N0 M0. A general
Oh,
investigations include
wait. We'll go back to the diagnosis. Okay, so what are the reason? Diagnosis. What are the reasons why you are telling this is carcinoma tongue?
sir base is indurated, sir.
First of all, what are the differential diagnosis for this condition? For any ulcer tongue, what are the differential diagnosis?
Sir, leukoplakia.
That is pre-malignant lesion. Okay.
Aphthous ulcer, sir.
Aphthous ulcer. Okay, very good.
Syphilitic ulcer.
Syphilitic ulcer. Okay. Not nowadays. It's not common. Okay.
Tuberculous ulcer.
Tubercular ulcer. Very good.
The herpetic ulcer, sir.
Herpetic ulcer. Okay, it's very rarely. What is traumatic ulcer?
So due to any trauma, ulcer will occur.
No, not due to trauma. It is because of any patient having denture, no, using the denture. Because of that, there will be, you can get the trauma. Because of that, you will get ulcer. Number one, or any sharp tooth can injure the adjacent tissues, and again you will get the this traumatic ulcer. Okay. So why you told? Okay, why you told this is malignancy? What is the edge? How is the edge?
Irregular edge.
Edge will be usually what are the types of malignancy?
Everted edge, sir.
Everted edge. It is okay. What are the types of malignancy in carcinoma tongue? Histological types.
Squamous cell carcinoma, sir.
Squamous cell carcinoma. Okay. What are the other types you will get? Adenocarcinoma. You can get melanoma also. Okay.
Yes.
But squamous cell carcinoma is the commonest one. So you all know that squamous cell carcinoma usually produces an everted edge. Okay. Next one.
Yes.
Diagnosis. Okay. You told this is the T2. What is T2?
Sir, from size 2 centimeter to 5 centimeters, sir.
No, it is not 5 centimeter. It is 4 centimeter.
Okay.
For all oral cavity, it will come around 2 to 4. T1 is less than 2 centimeter. T2 is 2 to 4 centimeter. T3 is more than 4 centimeter. T4B is T4. A is there, B is there. That is because of the local involvement. Okay, so you are getting N0, M0 with the T2. That because the lesion is less than 4 centimeter. Okay, how will you confirm your diagnosis?
The investigation, sir.
What investigation will do?
So biopsy.
What biopsy will take? Wedge biopsy. Edge biopsy. You can commit as edge biopsy of the ulcer. Okay. Okay. First thing you have to confirm your diagnosis by taking the edge biopsy of the ulcer. Okay. What else?
Okay. So CT neck, CECT neck.
CECT neck. What is the reason? What is the indication?
To rule out the lymph node involvement, sir.
Okay, so this is what you have examined the neck, both sides you don't get any lymph node involvement. That is, it is N0. Clinically, no palpable lymph nodes, that is N0. But still you want to know that whether is there any lymph node enlargement. Okay, what other investigation? Or directly you are going for management. Okay. Okay. What is the management? What is the management in this case?
Sir, left hemiglossectomy plus tongue reconstruction, sir.
Okay. What is the size of the lesion?
So 3x2, sir.
3 cross 2 centimeter. Okay.
Yes,
So you are planning for left hemiglossectomy. Okay.
yes.
With the tongue reconstruction. Okay. So how will you reconstruct the tongue?
Sir, from the deltofectoral plaque, sir.
Hmm. So what do you mean by what do you mean by hemiglossectomy?
பாதி கட் பண்றது.
பாதியா?
Anterior tooth, sir.
Approximately you have to take 2/3 of the tongue. Okay.
Yes.
2/3 of the tongue. Remaining 1/3 of the tongue will be there. And you can do the reconstruction. Suppose you can leave the as such. Okay. So if you, even if you are doing hemiglossectomy, you have some amount of the tongue is there, then you can leave it as such. So it will heal by itself and granulation, or else you can cover it with a split skin graft. So that also you can do it. Or if you want a bulk in the tongue region, you can do the reconstructive surgery. Mainly you can use the pectoralis major myocutaneous plaque. So that will give some bulk to the tongue. So you can, the tongue can be that can be used properly for the further functions. Okay. So what is the you are committed that the bone is not involved, you told. How will you
Yes.
assess the bone involvement? You're not told in the investigation.
Sir, X-ray, sir.
What X-ray? Mayuri, what X-ray will take? Mayuri is not there.
Sir, intraoral X-rays or orthopantomogram?
What is orthopantogram? Okay, it's very simple. So if you want to take a X-ray for the mandible, if you take a oblique view, oblique view or lateral view, what will happen? You can have the overlapping of the mandible. Okay, just imagine if you take a lateral X-ray, so this mandible will be overlapped with that mandible, and similarly in oblique also. So to get a proper the whole mandible in a single X-ray, you can take a X-ray called orthopantogram. Okay, that means from the right side to the left side, the whole mandible you can able to visualize properly. So you take that X-ray and see to that is there any bony involvement is there or not. Suppose if this patient has got bony involvement, what will you do?
It's a mandibulectomy, sir.
What mandibulectomy will do? Hemimandibulectomy. Hemimandibulectomy. Okay. What is Commando's operation?
Sir, combined mandible and neck dissection operations.
So with radial neck dissection.
Hemiglossectomy, hemimandibulectomy, and radial neck dissection.
Okay. So 3 surgeries you have to do. So that is combined. You just now you told combined. So Commando COM, that is combined. And MA stands for mandibulectomy. That is usually you have to start with the glassectomy, with the mandibulectomy, with the radical neck dissection. Okay, in this patient, he told that it is N0. Will you do neck dissection? If at all, if you want to do, what type of neck dissection will you do? It is N0 you told. That is clinically no palpable lymph node.
Yes.
Will you do lymph node dissection? Even though you told N0, you want to do any lymph node dissection?
Prophylactic block dissection.
Prophylactic, it's not block dissection. Prophylactic neck dissection or elective neck dissection. What is that elective neck dissection or prophylactic neck dissection? Which is nothing but, already discussed the lymphatic drainage, level 1, 2, 3. If you are going to remove level 1, 2, 3, that is called as elective neck dissection or prophylactic neck dissection. What is the name of that dissection? 1, 2, 3. You are taking out.
Supraomohyoid neck
Very good.
dissection.
Supraomohyoid neck dissection. Okay, this is a one type of neck dissection where you take from level 1 to 3 group of lymph nodes, supraomohyoid neck dissection. Okay, so you can do prophylactically also, you can do the supraomohyoid neck dissection. Okay, so okay, so what is the suppose the patient has got bilateral neck node, what will you do?
Modified radical neck dissection, sir.
Side radical block and other side dissection.
Mayuri, can you repeat? I'm not getting.
One side radical block, sir, and other side modified radical block dissection.
Oh, okay. So that one thing you have to do, one side radical neck dissection, another one is the other side you have to do the MRND. But one thing is you have to preserve the one side, you have to preserve the internal jugular vein. Why you want to preserve internal jugular vein?
To maintain
Directly.
central venous blood flow.
So if you ligate and if you ligate the IJV on both the sides, the patient will go for the cerebral edema. So to avoid that one, you have to leave one IJV on intact on one side. Okay, so that is about the neck dissection. So what is modified radical neck dissection? What are the types of modified radical neck dissection?
There are 3 types. So in the
Three types,
first
yeah.
one, only the internal jugular vein is preserved. The second one, internal jugular vein and spinal axillary nerve. And then the third one, spinal axillary nerve, internal jugular vein, and sternocleidomastoid. Preserved.
Okay, so is it correct?
The first type spinal
So
axillary.
first one is spinal accessory nerve, not internal jugular.
Okay. So first one, the type 1 is nerve is preserved. Second one, nerve and vein is preserved, and third one, all the 3 structure, nerve, vein, and muscle. Okay. What as such modified radical neck dissection means? What do you mean by radical neck dissection? What is the name of that dissection?
Kreil methods.
Kreil's. Okay. Kreil's radical neck dissection. So Kreil's radical neck dissection means, so you have to take a lot of structure. That is, you have to take a level 1 to 6 group of lymph nodes. You have to take completely. Then, along with submandibular gland, along with the internal jugular vein, spinal accessory nerve, sternocleidomastoid muscle, you have to take. So 5 structures you have to take: lymph node, gland, muscle, nerve, and this one. Vein you have to take. So this is called modified radical neck dissection. But there is more of morbidity is there in radical neck dissection. So try to overcome that. MRND was introduced. So 3 types are there. What is the name of the type 3? Type 3 MRND is called as functional neck dissection. Is called functional neck dissection. The main indication for functional neck dissection is in case of papillary carcinoma of the thyroid. Okay, papillary carcinoma of the thyroid. Okay, so in this patient, because you are telling that is T2N0, so you can plan for the hemiglossectomy. What is partial glossectomy?
2 centimeter margin.
When the tumor is between
With
1 to 2
excision.
centimeters, the clearance margin will be 2 centimeters.
Okay,
One
that's
third of
the
anterior.
yeah, 1/3 of the tissues of the whole of the tongue you are removing. That is called as partial glossectomy. But as you told, that is lesion is a very small lesion, and giving the clearance, wide excision, and remaining the 2/3 of the tissues has to be there. That is called partial glossectomy. Okay, so that carcinoma of the tongue is one of the definitely case is that definitely there will be a short case for you. So you should know the entire anatomy of that. And one more important thing is you should know about the pre-malignant lesions of the oral cavity. What are the pre-malignant lesions of oral cavity?
Leukoplakia, erythroplakia.
Very good. Leukoplakia, erythroplakia.
submucous fibrosis.
Submucous fibrosis. Okay, very good.
Candidiasis chronic.
Yeah, this is
Lichen
also one of the
planus.
one of the commonest short notes you will get, oral pre-malignant lesion. It's one of the, either you'll get as an ultra short note or a short note, commonest. Just to go through that 9 conditions are there. So you know that lesions in a clear-cut manner. Okay. So this will be the treatment.